Welcome to the ancient city of Beit Shean. Beit Shean is a Decapolis city which existed during the time of Jesus and much earlier in biblical history, all the way back into the time of the Judges. And it had different occupants throughout the years, but the most famous was the Greek occupants who built this city, and it was known as Scythopolis, which was named after the Scythians, who for a short period had a capital here when they took over the Syrian Empire. But anyway, it is a modern treasure of antiquity, and it has amazing ruins, which you will see in this video. This amphitheater is one of the best in Israel, even though there are other examples, but this one has been preserved very well. There's another one in Caesarea, but throughout the Middle East, you see these remnants of Greek influence. One of the miracles of the ancient world were these ancient latrines, which are pretty interesting. You have dirty water flowing in the back, clean water in the front, and these stools are, different shapes, different sizes, different people sitting there. So quite a fascinating bit of history. These bathrooms in the ancient world were kind of a one-size-fits-all as far as men and women came in. And they even have musicians playing in the background so that you can do your business with a little musical twist. Some interesting stories developed in Beit Shean. One of the interesting stories is the name Scythopolis, which I mentioned earlier. Scythopolis came from the Scythians. Now, there's some questions as to this, but there's an interesting part of history related to this, and that is there was a time during the Assyrian exile of the northern tribes, which was the part of this region, that the Scythians conquered the Assyrians shortly before the Babylonians then took over from the Scyths. But anyway, there's some speculation that some of the Israelite inhabitants of the region of Scythia, which is up close to the Baltic Sea, mixed with the Scyths, because interestingly enough, once they captured the Assyrian Empire, they created their capital here at Beit Shean, which is why it was later called Scythopolis by the Greeks. Now that's interesting, because why would a country like that, who takes over the Eastern Empire, establish a capital city here? Well, perhaps there was Israelite connection. Of course, speculation, we don't know this, but there's some linguistic evidence and some cuneiform tablet evidence that not myself has done, but some of the stuff I've read that has an interesting connection. So it's a very storied city. The other thing that's pretty neat is, and you can't see it today because it's hazy, but this is also the city where Saul and Jonathan's heads were brought after they were destroyed on Mount Gilboa, which is to the north of here. And it was here that the men of Jabesh Gilead crossed the valley of the Jordan River, came across, and during the night took the heads and gave them a proper burial. So this is also that location. Then on top of that, this is one of the Decapolis cities, and Jesus sent his disciples into the Decapolis to preach. And so it is, without question, this is one of the cities that they came and preached to. So the disciples would have seen this ancient city. Walking down the impressive central street here, Ricardo. All ancient cities had these. Either side there were shops and temples and all kinds of things going on. Very impressive. This is the Gymnasium, which is a place where they had a hot bath and a cold bath and pools to cool off and to relax. You can see one here. Colonnade, place to talk with people. Just an overall civilized park.